Medieval Dynasty. So I played this game a lot last year, and I didn't play it since. Oh wait, hang on. Okay, let's start again. So I played this game a bunch last year, and then I stopped playing because the fact is I maxed out all the stats and everything. The game was the grind, and the grind was the game. And when the grind finished, for me, the game finished. So I built an awesome village while I was grinding, and once I'd maxed everything out, there was no incentive really at that point, because I was so obsessed with the grind that once the grind had come to a screeching halt, I lost interest and I moved on. And right now I'm coming back to it because this game was awesome. I loved this game. I loved this game so much. So I built this awesome village, but what I didn't do was decorate it. So it's not finished. I put quite a lot of effort into what I have done already, but it wants more work. It wants way more decorations and stuff. And there is a DLC came out, I think last month, or maybe the month before. So I got that, but I didn't touch it yet. So I'm gonna definitely add some of those decorations to this. There already was quite a few decorations. As you can see, I've put some little things around the place last year, but nowhere near as much as it needs. Like, this is the kitchen area. This wants... I've not even half-assed it. I've put a barrel and a table there. This wants all... and some logs. This wants all filling out with awesome stuff to make it look great. So I'm going to do that. Not today, but I'm going to do that. I'm just going to show off how awesome the village that I built already is. And then when I've made it look even more awesome, I'll show that off. But for now, this is what we've got. So we've got, like, this is the storage areas. This is the main... This should be the main square, but it wants filling out more than this. And because we've got the little tavern there, and some market stalls, and a well. This is my residential area, where all the kids are too young to put to work, so they just chill out over here until they get older. Once you get older, son, you're gonna be grinding. So yeah, that definitely wants a bunch of decorations. It's just basically just houses. I put a little tiny, the minimal amount of effort into this little communal area, so they sit down and stuff, because they was all just wandering around. So I have to give them somewhere to sit, but this definitely wants some work. This needs to put some sweet decorations around this area. So that's the residential zone. The market zone. This is like the storage area. The food goes in here, and the other materials go in here. Yeah, we did the tavern. This is the... What is this? Oh, that's the, like, where you make clothes and stuff. Well, I don't have to make them. I can make the villagers make them. But that's that. Then we've got the builder's hut. Because the buildings do deteriorate over time, so You can have a builder come fix things. This is the fishing thing. Doesn't look like he's doing much fishing, but this is where we can catch fish and stuff to eat or sell. And then that's the back end of the residential zone. Then if we come back down where we came, well, we came from down there, but let's go this way. This is the excavation shed where the people that you put to work in this building, they go out and find rocks and iron and stuff, which you can use for building and crafting. This is the lumber yard where they go out and get wood, turn it into stuff like firewood or logs or stuff you can use for building. This is the hunter's cabin. Why are you not working though? Okay, they go out and hunt and catch deers and stuff and make food out of it. This is the herbalist hut where this guy is doing some herbalisms. Then over this way, I built it here because it looked pretty awesome. So that's my house. That's where we started from. This wants definitely some work. This wants some fences, and it wants some plants and some trees and some other such decorations, of which apparently there's some good ones in the new pack that I didn't even touch yet. I didn't even look at what's there. So this is a barn that leads up to the fields where you can plant stuff, which I have done, and it goes all the way up to the windmill, which isn't currently in operation. But here are my farmers planting things ready for next season, which is awesome. Then we got another storage place there, and this game is way better than it gets credit for. This game is brilliant. I'm only showing you the end game. This is the end game stuff. Yeah, to get to here, you've got to do 200 hours of grinding, and the grind is the fun part. Really, this is just the end. This is the end result, and it's not even finished. I've still got to put all the awesome decorations in. So yeah, to get to this point, to get all these villages and all these buildings, you have to put in. Well, it took me 200 hours, but that's probably because I was taking my time. At least, I would say, at least 100 hours you're gonna spend grinding to get to this awesome point. So yeah, these are my chickens where we can get eggs from, and my geese. Then over here we've got some pigs, some piggy wigs, some bees, where we can get honey, and then some. Yeah, these are some sheep where we can get wool to make clothes. And you don't have to do it all. In the early game, you have to do it all yourself, but in the later game, you can have all your villagers do it for you. You can get villagers, and like I said before, well, no, I don't think I even said it yet. So that's my residential area that we discussed before. So what you do is, what you have to do, you have to go into one of the towns, which I haven't showed you, but this map is quite huge. So this little area is where I am now, and these are other towns. And if you go to the other towns, and you can pick up villagers to come to your town, and as you can see, I've got quite a few villagers in my town. So yeah, you can go to the other towns and recruit villagers to come to your town. And when you do, you can give them jobs and give them a house. And if you give it, so I can go to a village, one of the other villages or towns, and pick up a villager and tell them, okay, you have to live here in this house. And if it's a woman, I can tell her to live. If this house is empty and I pick up a woman from a village, I can say go live there. I can tell her which house to go live in. And if I pick up a man, I can tell him to go live in the same house. What I can't do is, which is pretty based, I can't tell two men to live in the same house. So that's pretty sweet. I can't have two women live in the same house. I can only have a man and a woman live in the same house. And when a man and a woman live in the same house for like a season or 2 or 3, then they will have a kid. Like these. Well, they start off as babies. Wherever she's gone, like she's got a baby. Okay, she was this lady was not here. I went out and brought her here, and I brought her husband here, and they had a kid, and that kid will turn into one of these guys. He'll age up, and then eventually I'll be able to put him to work. Because this is medieval Dynasty, it's the dynastic. I don't know the term. I think that's might be my son. But if that's my son, which I know my son's older than them, when I die, I become my son, and then I carry on playing as my son, and then when my son dies, I become my son's son. So I'm going off on a tangent. I was only showing you around the village. Yeah, so this is we've been here. This is the awesome residential area. So we've got some donkeys, which in the early game are very useful. But when in the later game, you get access to horses, which run faster and stuff. Some little baby horses there. And then pretty much that's it. That's my awesome little village now. It's going to be way more super awesome when I've decorated it. And there's some, oh yeah, I forgot about the cows. There's some cows. You can get milk and stuff from them. You can also eat these guys. Or sell them. It's up to you. This game is got so much. You got so much freedom in this game. I'm surprised it's not more popular than it is, but I'll leave this little thing here. All I was doing here is just a little test. I'm gonna do when I finish this village, and it's completely the most awesome village in the world that's ever been seen. I'm gonna make a little video of I'll do a little tour, and I'll edit it down, and it'll be the best village anyone's ever seen. And I'm only saying this because I've stayed away from looking at other people's villages because I don't want to get I don't want to get disheartened or. But you know what I'm saying. I'm saying that so long as I don't look at other people's villages, my village will be awesome. Because it's like with Minecraft. I make a little thing in Minecraft and I think, oh, this is so awesome. And then I look at videos of Minecraft and people have built these insane yeah, so I'm just gonna not watch other people's videos and just make my own and then just say this is the most awesome one ever. But only in my world, it's the most awesome one ever because I haven't seen other people's ones. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to leave this. This was just a little test. I'm going to see how the sound is because I'm using a really garbage microphone. So, well, I'll end this here. This was just a test. Okay,